All right, so episode 2.
All right, so let's rewind. Welcome to episode 2 of the Riffs and
Rhythms.
podcast. That's just so cool. I'm so glad we got this down because you know what? We might come across as unorganized otherwise.
Well, thank God we're still early on in this whole thing. That will. Now, if it's like episode 500, then we should definitely.
No, episode 500 will be even worse because we're not even going to care. It'll be like just showing up to work and nobody wants to do it.
Just hang out, drink,
It'll
and talk.
be like Howard Stern. Like, what are we talking about today? Oh, damn it.
Yeah, whatever. It just writes itself.
I thought that was yesterday.
Yeah, ChatGPT.
Tell us what we're doing, Robin.
Yeah. All right.
That's why Robin is there, because she's like, yes, this is episode 2.
Yes. So, all right. So we are. We're gonna riff and rhythms on our episode here, episode 2. We're gonna give our feedback on what we think makes this Jason Aldean song. Is it the riff or is it the rhythm?
Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and grab our old earmuffs.
Headphone. And of course, the production is excellent. And Molotov cocktail right off the bat.
Sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk, carjacking old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool, act a fool if you like. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough. Well, try that in a small town.
I agree.
See how far you make it.
You won't make it very far.
Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town. Got a gun
there it is.
that
It
my
kicked in now, right?
granddad gave me. They say one day they're gonna round up. Well, that shit might fly in the city. Good luck. Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take.
How'd they get a gig in front of the White House? Is that what that is? Are they playing in front of the White House? No,
Somebody's house.
Somebody, it looks like the president's house. But I agree with this song. I'm all the way in. Because hell yeah, that's how it goes.
If you're looking for a fight, try that in a small town.
All right, did I just hear that? All right, here I know we're speaking riffs, but there's a lick in there he just played. It sounded like a little bit like Michael Jackson's solo.
Yeah, that was the riff from Thriller. That's originally a Steve Lukather thing. This is controversial?
Well,
Not to me. This is a bit of common sense.
the song on its own, I don't think it was really pushing it. It was really the video here that I know we're watching, but we're listening to the riffs and rhythm parts.
All right, so
All right, okay, so it was a little tough for me to listen to as far as getting the guitar until they kicked in there at the end. The drums, the rhythm, I think it was like what they call that white person bounce. You're doing the little rocking to the music to it. I can definitely feel that vibe. This is a tough one, really. What'd you pick up on it?
well, I mean, it's pretty standard production. it's a good song. There's nothing groundbreaking about it from a technical standpoint or a musical standpoint or a lyrical standpoint, other than the fact that it's pointing out that if you're going to go ahead and do all this kind of protesting crap, or it's a fairly political statement. All the things that are going on in many of the major cities.
Right.
If you tried that in a small town, you'd get resistance. And in my opinion, that's the way America is supposed to work. I just watched a video. I've developed a severe social media addiction, and I just watched a video about. It showed a couple of jewelry store proprietors, and this large person walked in to steal jewelry, and they lit him up with baseball bats. And it was like someone on a phone filming, right. And this guy was twice the size of both of the other people working put together, but they were wailing him so hard with a baseball bat that he just had to escape with his life. And that is traditional. That's the way it's supposed to go. You're like, when someone's robbing you and you got to call 911, it's because you don't have a gun. It's because you're afraid for your life because you don't have the skills to protect yourself. And that is not what America was made on. That is not how this is supposed to be working.
Don't disagree. I think there's been a real reaction. I am very fascinated by history as far as how we evolve as a country. We have our peaks and valleys. We go through very similar things. Our last big term, I maybe I'm missing some point in between the timeline here, but you think back to, well, I can't think back because I was not born yet, but the late 60s during the Vietnam War, again, the hippies and all that stuff, a lot of unrest in the 60s. Right? A lot of change that was going on in the country. Don't disagree. I definitely do 100% agree with you that you should be able to protect what you've built and create it. That's what the whole country is about, is the opportunity to prosper and create your own business, etc. And it's unfortunate that whether it's upbringing, media, getting caught up into it is, should I think that somebody should be beaten to death for trying to steal? No. Unfortunately, you get caught up in a moment, I think, but I think enough a baseball bat a couple times should hopefully deter somebody from going further. But at the same time, am I the judge, jury, and executioner?
Well, this person didn't get beaten to death, but he got run out.
Right. Yeah, which is right. Yeah, so that's...
But I think... I think we can comment on this, the vibe behind this song, without dealing with current events or politics, and just look at the phenomenon of small towns. Everybody knows each other. Mm-hmm. Everybody looks out for each other. Everybody stops and says hello. Whatever you do, everybody knows about it.
Right.
And whatever you don't do, everybody knows about it. And in a big city, that's all disappeared. There's no interpersonal relationship. The whole idea of community disappears in a big city.
And we just talked about that in the previous episode, was local, right? Supporting local and being part of the local. Everyone knows each other. Everyone looks out for each other. Everyone knows, and so forth.
So have you been to the big city?
Yes.
Have you spent time in New York or Boston or any northeastern city?
Yep.
And you see how people are there.
Yep.
And then have you spent any time in a little country town?
It's vast.
The difference is very polar.
Yeah.
It is the polar opposites of human interaction.
I mean, that's where culture shock comes in, right? And it goes both ways too, right? If you put a person from that small town into New York, and there's been many movies about this, you put them into that big city, it's mind-blowing because everything moves so fast and everyone's doing their thing, and there's just too much. There's so much going on. Then if you took that person from the big city and then put them in a small town like Okeechobee, no offense, Okeechobee, but it's a slower pace, right? Things are a little bit more slower.
Well,
right?
I think the more applicable idea is that when nothing is personal in the big city.
Yeah.
You feel like you could get away with anything.
I don't disagree. Yep.
Because you could truly murder someone on the sidewalk and nobody would stop to even acknowledge that it was happening in Manhattan.
Well, and I'll tell you what.
But you do that in Zephyr Hills, Florida, or whatever.
Right.
Like the entire town is going to stop and like run you over with their cars. They're gonna stop in their pickup truck and they're gonna get their shotgun out and they're gonna put it against your head and they're gonna make you stop. And then it's a completely different way of being, and the country way of doing it, in my opinion, is the better way.
So, is it the riff or is it a rhythm that made this song? Not the video.
Neither. I think it's the message.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, our first review.
I don't. But no. Yeah. I'm listening to the song.
Yeah.
I mean, we did point out that he stole a Michael Jackson riff. That was actually a Steve Lukather riff.
That was the drummer who noticed it. By the way, I just want to go on record.
I would say. I mean, maybe the rhythm, because there weren't any. That was not a riff-driven song.
I agree, and I would almost even say that I don't think it was a rhythm-driven song. It was just, to your point, is sometimes the most simplistic things help get the point across. Obviously, it was a message song, like we talked about, and there was nothing too extreme. There was no, you might be a little bit more versed than I am in country music, maybe, I don't know, but, is a lot of the, as opposed to power chords and rock kind of stuff, right, with riffs. But I think it's was a equally well-balanced song, both riff-wise and rhythm-wise, to keep it simple for the message that
I think
Jason
maybe
was singing.
Like more of a melody-driven song, like the riff or the rhythm. Because I'm thinking about it like da 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 da.
Yep.
Da 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 da.
Yeah.
Da 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 da. That's a melody-driven song. So, sorry, it's out. We don't have room for melody here. It's just riffs or rhythm.
She will be on the next episode. Melody will be here.
Melody enjoys long walks on the beach and taking men into the shower room.
Oh, whoa. Hey now. So if you were Melody, call us 552 or 555 Melody. So
1966 Melody.
Oh my God, we're so all right. So there you have it. Our first riff and rhythms song reaction
video.
Yes.
Yeah, great song. Yeah, there's no. Completely formula. Nothing wrong with it. Probably, clearly some amazing artists, amazing engineers recorded it, and amazing songwriters that created it. And the results are obvious. What is it on the top 1,000?
It's
top 100, top 50.
I think
something.
It's number 2 this year or this summer.
Popular enough to create controversy.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be controversy. It should just be a lesson to all you people who think you can get away with crap. Yeah. Stop. We have another subject to deal with this.
We do. How's your social media action?
My social media activity is quite sketchy, as a matter of fact.
Really? Do tell.
So I don't know how this happened, but I have developed a hobby.
Bum, bum, bum.
I've lived my entire life without a hobby, and I'm so excited.
You would think that actually playing guitar is
not a hobby. Not a hobby. That is my purpose in life. That is what I was built for.
So you put down your gardening tools for this hobby.
I did. And so my hobby is actually engaging in social media scammers.
Ooh.
Because listen, we all get them every day. I don't know who doesn't get them. But I decided, I need to find out what this game is. Why is it worth? Because if they're hitting me up, I'm in sales. If they're hitting me up, they're hitting up another 300 people today. Bzzz. Yes, exactly. So, what? Why? What is worth? What makes it worth it? What is the end game? So I started playing along. And instead of just ignoring it or whatever, I was playing along. And you know, I mean, look at me. I don't know how old you think I look, but when a 22-year-old female with ideal features suddenly professes her undying love for me on social media, that is clearly unrealistic.
No, wait a minute. No, look, don't kid yourself. Okay, I hear, because I'm one of them. I hear dad bods are in, but I think it was a dad who started that rumor.
The only thing that makes dad bods in is dad bank accounts.
Yeah, that's right. Dad wallet.
So yeah, no. So and there's no indication of my net worth online. But I am a fairly, surly beast, and it's
Look at him, ladies.
it's I don't know what.
So please to make sure to check out there. We're working on our calendar of Kevin McLaughlin calendar.
No, but honestly, when an insanely beautiful young girl is all about me online, that is insanely suspect. So I was like, all right, clearly, this person look like I'll pull it up on the phone. I mean, it's not just conjecture here.
So while Kevin pulls that out, make sure you definitely check us out there and follow us on Instagram there at Riffs and Rhythms on Instagram and on our YouTube channel as well here. So maybe you can try to catfish Kevin, but he's pretty tricky, or he's pretty savvy. So.
I've got some. Oh, I've heard it all. So like this one right here.
Oh, right there. Proof.
She, she looks to be about 23.
Let me see. Okay. All right. Probably from Russia. Wait. Let me see. Let me read the shirt here. Sorry for my bad behavior. That's on her shirt.
So she started,
which actually looks Photoshopped, by the way.
She started texting me, and she got through to me through one of the social media things, Instagram, I believe. And she started talking about how amorous she is when people buy her illegal substances, and she wanted me to send her some money, and I'm like, no. And so, like, I'm playing along. I think that she's really the one that got me willing to find out, like, why is it worth it for these people? And she looks like, Betty Lou from Alabama, but she's probably really like Ahmed from Yemen. And she's like, where do you live? Oh, I live in Florida. Oh, and then, of course, I live in Jacksonville.
Of course. Look up any major city.
Yeah. Like for a couple of seconds for the Google search. Oh, I live in Jacksonville. And then, so we're talking along, and and she's looking at my profile, and she's like, oh, I see you're a musician, blah blah blah, And then she's sending me pictures of herself naked, saying, like, I want to come over, but you've got to buy me some of these illegal substances. And I'm like, yeah, that's going to happen. So I'm playing along, and so finally it comes to a head, and I'm like,
wait, why'd you have to use that word? Okay, why'd you use that word?
So finally the climax of her.
Why'd you have to use that word either?
The end game of her scam becomes apparent. Because she's like, oh, I want to come and see one of your shows. You're a musician. I want to come see your shows. I want to blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, great. I'm performing 3 shows in the same city on this particular weekend. I've got us a hotel. I didn't. But I said, I've bought us a hotel. And she's like, okay, great. I get off work at this time, and I'll be driving down. And I'm like, okay, cool. This is how it's going to go. And then, like 3 days before, she says to me, oh, no, 2 days before. And I'm just waiting for it to drop. And she's like, you realize there's a charge for this, right? And I'm like, oh, here it is. Okay, cool. This is the game. I'm going to find out what the game is all about. And I'm like, okay, cool. How much?
And this is when Catch a Predator walks in the door.
And she goes, $700. I was just, after I caught my...
Wait, what do you get for $700?
Well, apparently, the whole setup was she was going to drive from Jacksonville.
Okay, all right.
and come down to Stewart, Florida.
That's her time driving.
And she was going to be in a hotel, and I was going to have some of these illegal substances available for her, and she was going to come and watch the show and partake in these illegal substances.
That you have to provide.
That I have to provide.
Oh, so that's
and
more
then,
than $700 now.
And then make herself available for me for whatever it is that I wanted.
Interesting.
And she's like, okay, you realize there's a charge for this. And so in order to play along, I'm like, okay, cool. That's what I expected. What's the charge? And she goes, $700. And my response to that was a text that was basically, blah, and it was perfect timing because at the time I was actually at bike night. And I have a friend of mine who's a bikini bike wash girl, and she was wearing about 1/4 of an inch of spandex. And I had just she sat on my bike. She's like, oh my gosh, your bike is the best looking one here. Like, will you take some pictures of me? And I took some pictures of us. And like 2 seconds later, I get this $700 notification. I'm like, all right. First thing I texted was, blah, ha, ha. And I'm like, not to be cocky or anything, but I've never paid for the companionship of a female, nor will I ever. And just so you know, I just took this picture 3 seconds ago. And and she's like, oh, dang. Is it because it's too much? How about $350?
Wow, that's a drop. 50%. We got BOGO action going on.
I'm like, no, it's not the amount. It's that you're charging me.
But let me ask you. So, all right.
So, but
finish story,
before you go on, I already knew what was going to go on because if I had given her the $700 or the $350, 2 days, the day before she was supposed to drive, like she was going to get off at 3:00 and she was going to check in. She's a 2-3 hour drive to get here, and then blah, blah. I knew what would happen. I would send her the $700, and then when it was like 5 minutes after she was supposed to leave, she would text me and say, oh my gosh, I got a flat tire. I need $300. And then halfway here, it'd be like, oh, my cell phone bill is due. I'll never find you without my cell phone. Like, you got to give me $150. Like, I knew that's exactly what was going on. And it was incredibly entertaining.
Isn't that what it's called, being married? Anyway.
No comment.
So, why is it that, are there so many scams, or is it legitimately people that are out there? I don't want to say, one, male or female, but to generalize, but I think we can probably definitely generalize. But is there something out there that this has become a new thing? Is this if let's play this little this devil's advocate here. Let's play the role, not role play, but let's play this out. So let's say that you offered up. Let's say all these things went through, and she came here. You paid the money, that $350 or $700, whichever one she ended up. She shows up, and whatever happens, right, in this hotel that you didn't quite get, but whatever. Is this really? I would love to know more, and obviously because I'm married, so I'm not saying that it's for me. It's for a friend, asking for a friend. But is this become a new thing? On social media, you see all these girls that are out there posting their things and whatnot. Is this become a new thing that it's become more acceptable to charge to? It goes back to values and so forth. We were just talking about the video we just watched, right?
Well, to
mean?
pay to have beautiful women around is older than recorded history.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yes.
But just to give some perspective, now I never gave this girl any money. I never seen her. But 2 weeks after this interaction that I described, I went back onto her Instagram profile, and there was pictures of her with like a 95-year-old man in the pool. And the caption was, "This is what happens when your car payment's due." And I thought to myself, thank you Thank you, me, for being smart enough. Because if she's doing that to me, she's doing that to everyone. And like, really, no.
So all right. So we delving more into the conversation of I guess we'll just flat out call it, say it's prostitution, but I don't know, has it become less? I don't know.
No, it's the same.
More,
if you're
what I mean?
lonely enough to be separated from your money because some Muhammad from the Middle East, from Muhammad from Northern Africa, put a picture of a pretty girl on there and told you that he loves you, and then you're willing to give him money, like, you deserve to lose that money because P.T. Barnum was right.
Is a sucker born every day?
And if you're willing to give your money away just because some scammer flashes somebody else's boobies at you, like, you should be taken. Your money should be taken from you. I'm sorry. It's the law of the jungle will never change. It doesn't matter what technology brings the law of the jungle to you, but the law of the jungle shall never change. Shall never change. There is no amount of mandation. There is no amount of social movement. There is no nothing that will ever change the fact that the big eat the small, the smart eat the dumb, and the better eat the worse. It's just how the world works, and it will never change. It is that way by design.
So what's her Instagram account?
I'll send it to her. Her name is, there it is, right there.
She's a very attractive girl. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see, is that really her name? But
no, certainly not, and certainly not her actual picture. And then, now that I broke the seal on doing that, somehow.
So Kevin's got a new show coming out called Catch a.
It's called Catfishing. I'm fishing for catfishers. Somehow, very quickly, the demographic switched to 35-year-old Asian females.
Is that what you're into?
I didn't know that I was until AI told me that I was.
Oh, AI told you. Here's what you need.
I don't know. No. Well, my phone was probably listening to me saying that Asian girls don't age, so I probably.
He was ordering Chinese food and.
Yeah, I went to the Chinese restaurant too many times. I said, "Shh." They gave me my brown bag full of food, and I said, "She, what up, Pungyo?" And they were like, then all of a sudden, everybody that's hitting me up is a 35-year-old Asian female, which isn't bad. But whoever these people are literally intelligent, engaging, awesome people. And I'm trying to find out if they're real or they're fake. But all of them, all the Asians are actually using they're using, well, I'm educated in the ways of manipulating people, not because I manipulate anyone, because I'm a fan of human nature. And all of these people who are posing as Asian females are utilizing textbook emotional manipulation techniques to get me to invest in cryptocurrency. And no coincidence that the Asians own most of the blockchain technology. And no coincidence that these Asian females are like beyond textbook beautiful. And Asian, also Chinese, own most of the AI technology utilized on social media. So you can take, like, Quasimodo and turn him into the most beautiful thing you've ever seen with AI.
I'm still not even quite sure how crypto even works anyway. So that's a red flag for me.
Well, crypto in its own right is not a red flag because typically it's just currency that's not tied to any particular government, which, if you're a conspiracy theorist, is the ideal thing. Because individual governments rise and fall. Mm-hmm. But the thing that makes everybody skeptical of it is that it's purely digital. And if someone unplugs the server, it ceases to exist. So, kind of weird. but billions, multiple billions of dollars get made on cryptocurrency.
Well, again, at the end of the day, as you said, right, the government's rising.
BTC as started out like at 20 cents, and now it's like at nearly $30,000 a coin.
And that's why I don't even fully understand how some of the stock market works, where you just put your money in there. It's really just like almost like gambling, right? Your highs and lows and whatnots, but it's
educated guesses in the financial world,
right. But your crypto is not backed by. Well, again, our U.S. dollar is not backed by shit anyway. So it's all whatever it is, right?
Not backed by
and again,
anything.
nobody wants to go back to the gold standard. Again, that's worth
the dollar
something.
is worth less than the paper it's printed on.
Right.
Cryptocurrency has value. The value is based on the deepest intrinsic value of entrepreneurialism. Demand equals value.
And that's just it. We go back to further cave times. There's all the supply and demand. I have this, and you want that, and it's just barter trade system and so forth, right? So, but there's a lot of that still don't, understand it enough. I'm sure, yes, the big banks don't want it because obviously it's changing the paradigm shift.
The big banks don't want it because they're relinquishing the monopoly.
But I still concern is who do I trust more or less? The government, the big banks, or some dude with running the computers?
Yeah, someone from Ethiopia posing as a beautiful woman from Shanghai who's telling you that short-term options in crypto are a good idea. Like none of those categories are trustworthy.
You must be a lot sexier looking at your profile pitch because I don't get these ones. I get the ones about trying to sign up for like more followers on Instagram. I don't know whatever that means, but
yeah, click more stuff on my.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
clear your history.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
That could be a whole nother episode. Let's go through Kevin's search history.
No, honestly, it could be me because I've got a lot of friends in the real world, believe it or not, and some of them are beautiful females. And I'm like, I was talking to one of them, and I'm like, you're a beautiful woman. You got to get hit up every day by people who want to like be with you, and then utilize that as a reason to convince you into doing cryptocurrency. And she was looking at me like, what do you mean? I'm like, are you kidding me? It can't be just me. Like, maybe I got the gray beard. I've dressed, well, I got a nice t-shirt on. I dress like I'm not Poe. Maybe, all the bots are finding me because I look like the stereotypical lonely old white man. Could be that. That's a weapon.
It is so weird. But, so was this, so we're going to keep the segment? Kevin's social media catfishing.
Kevin's catfishing
stories.
Kingdom. Catfish Kingdom sponsored with host Kevin.
This is going to hold that.
The Catfish Kingdom.
It's a spin-off show.
Oh, this is awesome. We have another member of the podcast family. Kevin's Catfish Kingdom.
All right, Brad, work on that logo.
And my guitar's vibrating all of a sudden.
Oh, it's getting excited there. So, oh my God. So,
yeah, Kevin's Catfish Kingdom. That is going to be so cool.
So we're definitely.
We'll need an airline to sponsor that one because I'm going to have to call some bitches out. All right, so what we're talking about is the fact that, like, the law of the jungle, like, no matter how well you get scammed, you need to understand that you're getting scammed. And that's a gray area because, marriage is a scam, insurance is a scam.
Everything's a scam.
Everything's a scam. You just need to be aware of being scammed, aware of the fact that you're being scammed, and you need to go into the scam with eyes wide open because many scams are worthwhile. I mean, like I say, I'll take care of you, baby. That's a scam. I promise you. I'm not going to do that. No, I'm just kidding. I can't wait to get to take care of a wonderful little girl who lives in Hopetown. I mean, somebody that I might meet.
There's also just I think just think about it. Always say if something your spidey sensors go off or it doesn't seem right.
Or if some girl online says something to you and that girl would not snuggle up to you in the lunch section of the mall, it's not real.
Right. So just make sure you always kind of say, does this seem...
Yeah.
So yes, like Kevin said, if somebody's showing boobies and whatever and showing a little bit of attention, it definitely plays with the emotions. As you mentioned, right?
It works really well.
Yeah.
But, you got to take a minute before you respond.
Right.
Definitely don't, give anything to anyone. Expect that everyone online is playing you, even if it's someone you know, because entire web...
All right. So, this turned into the episode of Kevin's scam
Kevin's
warning.
harem of Asian female scammers. Like, I'll show you some pictures. These girls, these pictures are beautiful. They're amazingly beautiful women.
I think we're going a little long on this episode.
This one is Hakeem.
Oh, she looks like a Hakeem.
From Northern Africa. This one is Muhammad from Yemen.
So what are some of these that are looking for?
This one is Jeffrey from Idaho.
I got some potatoes to sell for you, Kevin.
This one is Fritz from South Africa. Look at this one. Oh my gosh. One of my favorites. Oh, wait. Yeah. This is, I don't even know who this is.
Make insert whatever.
She's insert Muslim name from Middle East.
Oh my God. Yeah, so it's internet.
This one is Fred from Boston.
Social media messaging on, especially those that are on business. Whether
this is Mary. This is Mary from Poland. This is a screenshot from when she video chatted with me.
Wow.
She's probably real. Mary from Poland is quite attractive, but she's way too young for me. There's no way she actually wants me. And this
she just wants your citizenship.
This is Jenny. She's like, I'm sorry I'm not pretty, but this is my picture anyway.
Let me see. She said, oh, so I'm sorry I'm not pretty?
Yeah.
So, yes,
she's
folks.
from Shanghai. Or, Islamabad. This one is either... This one has two names, whatever. Those are the pictures in I've got a photo album called Possible Phone Scammers. And let's see. Oh yeah, there's some good ones. This is the first one. She's not as cute as the ones that came after, but she's still quite attractive.
So let's help get Kevin a new hobby here. He's definitely enjoying this a lot.
I do need a new hobby. and my Instagram is hacked. All of my friends are getting videos that I can't see right now. I gotta get over this. But I'm honestly, I mean, it's truly these people are engaging in entrepreneurialism in its purest form. They are illustrating value, and they are extracting profit as a result. And I truly want to find out how, why, what is their game.
Think about this.
I mean, this is an honest experiment. I'm truly wanting to know.
Kudos to them because they're
who on earth would if you truly make the kind of money that these people say they make. Why on earth would you talk to me? Because that makes no sense. Like I just was talking to a girl today, an Asian female today. I'm like, listen, I'm working on making my business. The goal with my business is to gross $1 million a month, and you're giving me a strategy, and this and the screenshots that you're sending me illustrate the fact that you make $5 million a year, and that's awesome. But like, I'm talking about $12 million a year. Like, tell me how that's better. Tell me how what you do is better than what I'm trying to do. Like, you came to me in friendship. You're trying to make it seem like you don't care what I do. But I just ate a bug. And it was pretty good.
I'm so glad we got that
So
on video.
you're trying to guilt me into investing money in your way, which is going to make me like $7 million less a year. Like, please explain.
Well, here in the U.S., you're going to get taxed out your ass, so you're not going to get any of that money.
Oh no! I'm serious. I'm being serious.
Go move.
I guilted this person into believing that she's talking me into a $7 million a year deficit, and I'm being real, but there was no response. Like, the response was like capitulation,
Mic drop.
And being like I said earlier, like being a student of human behavior, it's every emotional manipulation technique in the order that they appear in the manual. It's too not real.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. Crazy that all these people are out there trying to get you.
So the moral of this story is, if you're a guy and someone way too young for you is suddenly all about you, but won't video chat with you, there you go. That's how I make them go away. I'm like, listen, I'm not talking to you anymore until we video chat. You're telling me that you love me and you want to spend the rest of my life with me? You're not going to talk to me face to face? Aha.
Because you never know, because Kevin might be waiting for you on the other end.
Yeah, when you do video chat with him, it'll be me. This is a backward scam.
Ha!
Oh, I found that bug I just ate.
Here's what you're getting.
Wow, that is a bug. I did eat a bug.
Wow.
It was good. It
Protein.
actually did taste good.
Protein.
So, yeah, this is a reverse scam. The Riffs and Rhythms podcast is literally reverse engineering a way to scam you into enjoying yourself online without giving up anything. Now, that's a scam.
That's right. So
we're going to force you to have fun against your will.
So follow.
Oh, wait. So this is not a date. Let me rephrase that.
That could be a whole part of a giveaway.
Wait, what did I just say? I just said we're going to force you to have fun against your will. Oh wait, no. This is not a date.
Hey, yeah. Well, save that for the next episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I just got us barred from the internet forever.
Upcoming giveaway. It'll be.
And just so you know,
win a date with Paul and Kevin.
I've never been on a date in my whole life, and I've never asked anyone to do anything that they didn't want to do.
But I won't do that. Wow, that was a reference from Saturday and the other day at the Heart Fest.
I would do anything for love,
but I won't do that. I think we did. I asked somebody about that. Somebody had a Meatloaf story, and one really wasn't a great story. But I said, the really song was what he was talking about was he said he wouldn't do anal. That's really what it was. They're like, really? Is that what he said? That would have meant? I said, come on.
Yeah, but
really?
If you're a guy
come on.
and your girl is talking you into doing anal, she's not a girl.
A finger maybe, but
hey, a quality prostate massage will take years off your life.
That's when you reach the age we are. Prostate care is important, so get yourself checked out there. There's our PSA for the PSA, I think it is.
A public service announcement.
For your prostate screening.
Find a fake hot Asian chick that wants to check your prostate. She probably won't charge you much.
Just a few Bitcoin.
Doink.
All right, anyway, that is us here. Episode 2 there. Check it out. we'll be doing more of this. So hopefully you enjoyed what we're looking to put forth here in Riffs and Rhythms. We're going to be all over the place, talking about music, talking about life experiences, talking about local stuff, talking about products here. You know, we've almost drank this whole bottle of whiskey. So
there's
who
some
knows?
left?
Yeah, there's a little bit left. I put a straw in it for you. So definitely a big shout out there to the House of Wine, Beer, and Spirits there. Mario Perez, the Perez. So for
Perez the Perez.
Perez the Perez. This is Paul, where the riffs
And rhythms come together
That's right.
to make riffs and rhythms.
That's right. That's what it's all about there. So thank you all for tuning in tonight, today, tomorrow, whenever the fuck you're listening to this.
Rock on! See you next time.